how to tell if a prospect is lying to you during a sale so they can get what they want. So during a sale, especially early on, the prospect might say something you think, hold on, that's almost too good to be true. Seems too easy. So they might say something like, we've seen you online or we've spoken to this person and based on what we've seen or heard, we think you're the person for the job. Now, it's very easy to believe that. However, you can get to the end of a sale and the prospect might say, you're too expensive compared to this competitor, right? So either consciously or unconsciously, the prospect lied so they can perhaps get more information and then they ditch you later on, right? They have no obligation to you. So during a sale, especially early on, when you hear something like that seems too good to be true, maybe it's true and maybe it's not. So back to that example, they say, we've seen you online and we think you're the person for the job. You want to challenge it. So you want to say something like, okay, are you sure? Like, don't you want to gather a few options first? Now the prospect might come back and say, no. You have A, B, and C, which we really want, right? They justify their decision. That's what you want. Or they come back and say, well, actually, we've spoken with this competitor, right? New information. You didn't know that before. You could say, okay, well, why haven't you gone with them? Well, they have A, B, and C, which we don't like, and you seem to have D, E, and F, which we do like. So later on, if they say something like you're too expensive compared to this competitor, you can go back. Well, remember, we have those things which you like, and they have those things which you don't like, right? You can build an argument there. So during a sale, especially early on, if you hear something you think it's almost too good to be true, you need to challenge it, right? Ultra positive, too much, too soon. Don't be afraid to be a bit negative back to see if it's true.